1-0 is the way. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Filippo, host of Tactical Manager TV, and the U.S. men's national team is at the final of the Gold Cup of 2021 by defeating Qatar 1-0. And when it all started, we did say here we would have to 1-0 our way to the final, and we did it. And honestly, I didn't expect it to happen literally, but it did, and we're here. Now, some of you may notice I don't have my beautiful white wall. It's a little bit different. I'm in Texas right now. I'm not in Orlando. I'll be back very soon, and the studio will be back to normal. I know you guys missed that beautiful white wall of mine, right? For this series, we talk about 7 things we learned from the U.S. men's national team. We do an episode every day following a USMNT match saying 7 things we learned from that match. There's definitely more than 7, but I have to keep the episode short and summarized, and it's going to be 7. So feel free to comment down below what you learned. I do read through the comments. Dustin does as well. But I'm talking a little bit too much. Hit the like button if you enjoy this type of content. Subscribe if you want to join the family. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the content. All right, now let's start the episode. So the first lesson we learned in this match, in my opinion, was Miles Robinson is legit. You know, I've always had some doubts here and there of Miles Robinson, but he has been fairly consistent throughout the tournament, performing very well in the last match against Jamaica, very well against Qatar. I don't remember him making any mistakes throughout the match. I think what we learned here is Miles Robinson has made his case to be in the 23-man roster, our A squad. Now, especially with Walker Zimmerman injured, I can very well see Miles Robinson being at the 23-man roster for World Cup qualifying come September. Remember, we can have more than 23 players for that camp, so I think Miles Robinson there is pretty much a lock at this point. Look, there's a lot of positives to talk about, but there's also negatives. And what I want to talk about here is the second thing we learned here is that sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Throughout the tournament, we did get lucky at the very first match against Haiti. Not the matchup itself, but the fact that Haiti players were dealing with COVID and were missing players. Against Canada in the last group stage match, we were completely outplayed by Canada, got lucky throughout the match, and Canada was resting a lot of their main players, along with their best player of the tournament being suspended, Eustáquio. Against Jamaica, we faced a team with a lot of issues in the squad outside of the field, along with them not having Leon Bailey, their best player in that match as well. Now, even the match against Qatar. Let's talk about the match against Qatar, which is what this video is about. It could have been 3-0 Qatar in the first half, right? They completely dominated in the first half. They had a lot better opportunities. Matt Turner saved us. We got very lucky, but we got the result. And one thing that bothered me throughout this match is Greg Berhalter definitely knew what he was going to deal with Qatar, but he didn't prepare the team properly, at least tactically in the first half. He didn't overcrowd the midfield, let them transition centrally several times, and that's even how they got the penalty kick with Afif at the second half more specifically. We did a match preview where we pointed out everything that would happen in the match in regards to Qatar, in the match preview we did for the USMNT in Qatar, and they really did it. And Berhalter knew. He just didn't know how to execute. I personally thought that a 4-4-2 diamond would have overcrowded the midfield and held Qatar back in transition centrally. They don't go through the wings. They attack centrally most of the time. But it's okay. Mistakes were made, but we made it through. We just got lucky. There has to be context. A win is a win, but thank you. The third thing we learned in this match, if anyone still had a doubt, Matt Turner is a top 3 goalkeeper for the USMNT, and he has to be in the A squad. We've seen it. Now, can he start? It depends. If we want to play out of the back, his distribution is still not very good. But if we're not going to play out of the back, he honestly might be our best shot stopper. He might be better than Zach Steffen and Ethan Horvath right now as a shot stopper. He does have to improve his distribution, but under the post, as a goalkeeper, we have no complaints with him in regards to this Gold Cup, and he saved us against Qatar in the first half, and he saved us a few other times throughout the tournament, along with being very reliable. But yes, if we play out of the back and he has to use his feet, it's a whole different story. Okay, lesson number 4 is the importance of unity. In this team, how united it is, it honestly makes me very proud to see them play. Not from a technical standpoint or tactical, there's a lot of issues to talk about there, but how together this team is and how they fight for each other, that just made me proud watching the game despite all the issues. So we saw the importance of a team being united together, and man, talk about Greg Berhalter fired up against the ref. Greg Berhalter won us all at that moment, let's be honest. Lesson number 6 is it's a positive and a negative. The positive is in this lesson is Berhalter knows, he's aware of the issues, and he proved that a few times. But he always reacts late. So, do you guys get that? Let me point out a few issues. So we've seen this several times with Greg Berhalter. We saw it with Tim Ream in Nations League, right? That he took him too long to switch up the team. Diego Lainez got the goal. We saw him also notice the lack of creativity, and he finally put Eric Williamson in, and it paid off very well. Congratulations to Berhalter. He did notice that, and he made the change. It's just very late. The 3-5-2 formation that we've been talking about for so long, he tried it. It did well until Walker Zimmerman got injured. Busio at set pieces. Was he good at set pieces? No, but Greg noticed that Lletget wasn't working and he tried to change. So I'm hoping eventually he'll also switch Giovanni Reina central. You know, the thing with Greg is he is noticing and he is changing and he's doing a better job on that. The only issues I have with it is it just takes so long. The persistence with certain players like Jackson Yo, for example. It will pay off, and I think this is more of a positive than a negative. Greg knows, and Greg is acting upon the issues. Lesson number 7 is more directed to the final that we're going to play this Sunday. Pau Arriola cannot start. Now, it's not a bash on Arriola saying he's a bad player or anything. He doesn't look 100%. He doesn't look like himself. I don't think he's that crazy of a good player. But yes, healthy Pau Arriola should start for this team. But it doesn't look like he's in form right now. And he has been very poor in the last 2 matches. So I just don't think Arriola should start. And no, I don't think Roldan should be our right winger. Put Hoppe on the left wing and Joe Aquini on the right wing. That's how I think we should line up if he chooses to go with wingers. That's the final lesson. So guys, that does it for the episode. These are the 7 things I learned, at least the top 7 things I learned. Obviously, there's more. I just don't want to make this video too long. Comment down below what you enjoyed. And also hit the like button before you go. I'll see you guys Sunday on the live watch along. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Hey guys, while Dustin was editing, one thing that I forgot to say before we roll the intro, L3, we'll see you Sunday.